Today I'm going to give you guys a tour of my brand new Mac Tools Macsimizer tool cart, so stick around to check this one out. So here's my new tool cart. I have upgraded. I used to use the little Harbor Freight cart over there. That's now a diagnostic cart. Then I also used the Milwaukee cart for a while. That has turned into extra storage, so I have moved on to this cart. I've been wanting this cart ever since it came out, so I finally pulled the trigger and got it. I would have got a Matco cart to match my box back here, but unfortunately Matco Tools does not offer a two-tone paint color on their tool carts. You have to buy two carts and swap the drawers, and I'm not interested in doing that, so I went with Mac Tools. And I'm very happy I did, because this cart is awesome. So a little explanation first. I work at an independent automotive shop. I work on, anything and everything that comes through the door. So this tool cart for me is my main toolbox I work out of. I use my 6S in the background to store all my other tools that I don't use daily, and more of my specialty tools that are in boxes and whatnot. So this cart right here is going to be my daily use cart, and it's going to store everything that I normally use on a daily basis. I'm still working through all the tools that I for sure use every day, but for the most part I think I got it pretty nailed down, and I'm pretty happy with how I have everything set up. So just since this cart is brand new, just to give some quick measurements for you guys. As you can see here, from the back of the cart to the front, you're right around 23 inches. From the side to here, right at 41.5. From the ground to the top, you're right at 45. The drawer, from the back of the drawer to the front, is just shy of 23 inches. And then that is from side to side, just over 35 inches. And then obviously you can see here, this is the standard drawer configuration. You have 2 shallows, 2 mids, and 2 deeps. You can configure this in different ways if you want to, but I just kept the standard configuration because I thought it would work fine for how I want to lay it out. Alright, so around back, you got a plug. You can plug your cord in. I have it over here plugged into the wall. You can plug your cord in and get power to the different power ports in this cart. And as you can see here, this cart is able to take the Mac Tools accessory rails. You can put these rails on either side of the cart. I chose to put them on this side, the side with the handle. That way, when I'm maneuvering the cart around, I don't have to worry about something hanging off the front of the cart. I do have one accessory attachment on here, and that is the power tool attachment. I keep my most used Milwaukee tools up here. I got my 3/8 stubby, then the 1/4 inch stubby, and the screwdriver with the adjustable clutch on it. Those are the ones I use quite a bit. I keep a couple bungee straps up here just to tie stuff out of the way when I'm working on things. I've got my snap-on battery tester down here, and then I have my air gauge here, and it's hooked up on that accessory right there. So up top, obviously I use the back of the cart for storage. I really like having a flip up top for that reason. And I know some of you are wondering, well, now you can't close the top. Well, you can close the top completely with everything that I have on there, and it has a nice pad up top to keep the top protected. If you want to work off the top, you can. And then as you can see, everything's still intact. These are the Vim mag rails. They're very strong magnetic socket rails, so those hold everything fine up there. I do just keep 1/4 inch and smaller stuff. I'm not going to try to hang a bunch of 1/2 inch drive sockets up top. These are my 1/4 inch deep These are 1/4-inch swivels. I love this set. It's the snap-on set. They don't have the collars on them. These are the only 1/4-inch drive swivel sockets that don't have collars around the socket themselves as of right now. My shallow 1/4-inch drive, a couple T30 and T40 1/4-inch drive Torx, little snap-on adapters, and Milwaukee socket adapters. Milwaukee ones are one of the best ones out there. I've had really good luck with them. I keep a few 1/4-inch just for a couple different impacts. I got the VIM 1/4-inch triple squares, assortment of universal joints and reducers and stuff. My Mac Tools picks, a little razor blade scraper, my Mac Tools pocket knife. This is actually a Husky. I picked this up at the Home Depot. It's just a little magnet board, whatever you want to call it. You can throw sockets and stuff up there when you're working. It's pretty strong, as you can see. It's kind of hard to get them off. My Sun-X magnetic tray. Then I got my little snap-on cell phone holder, so I can stick that there and make sure I don't miss any phone calls or anything throughout the day. Then one of my favorite things about this cart is this little tray it has back here. As you can see, it's kind of like a tray. And then this actually, that locks the drawers. So if you need to lock the drawers to roll around your tool cart, you can do that. I keep my tread depth gauge and tire gauge over here. And these are my deep, semi-deep, and shallow impact sockets. These are gray pneumatic, and these are Sun-X. I keep a couple T30 3H drives over here, and just a random mid-length 10mm Matco socket. Little snap-on adapters. This is the gear wrench 10mm set. It's got like every kind of 10mm you could ever want in there. It's kind of handy to have out. These are the gear wrench X-Core 3H drive metric swivel sockets. These are really the best ones out there. I actually did a video on these recently, so you can check that out. I got a couple 1/4-inch drive locking extensions, the short gear wrench, then the shortest one that comes in the Matco set. I keep those up there because I use them quite often. Then I got my most used magnetic sockets, and I got a little 8mm 10mm flip socket. I keep my pocket screwdrivers over here. These are the Matco collapsible trays. It's kind of nice and compact to store them right there. And then these are 1/2-inch drive deep sockets. I don't use 1/2-inch drive a ton, and these for the most part do just fine. These are actually Pittsburgh. I have other 1/2-inch drive in my toolbox, but I found that the Pittsburgh ones work just fine, so that's what I'm using right now. I've got some Mac pry bars, a Matco straight pry bar. That one's really nice. Another Mac pry bar, a 24-inch flex head Matco ratchet, locking flex head. I like that ratchet a lot. It sits down in there. I got all of my Ulsa tools, screwdrivers over here. These are the screwdrivers I use on a daily basis. I really like these a lot. They've got like a nice grip texture on the tip, and it actually really helps grabbing Phillips head screws and stuff. Then over here, this is actually just for the front extension cord, but I just kind of put this guy down in there, keep them over there. Normally keep my brake clean up here. And then the rest of this I just kind of work out of. I put my tools up here as I'm working, and kind of gets to be a mess up here. Then I just clean it up at the end of the day. Now, one thing I did forget to mention are these are the two lights I use the most. This one is the Cyclops Light. These lights are awesome. They're very inexpensive. They're like 30 bucks or something, but they're extremely bright, rechargeable. They got a battery life indicator on the back. 3 settings, super awesome light. And then my Milwaukee light with the spotlight. It's got 3 settings too. Rechargeable USB. I love this light. I've beat it up. I don't know how it still works. I've beat it up so bad, but it has never skipped a beat. Still working great. Those are my 2 lights I use every day. And I keep a box of gloves. I really like the diamond grip gloves. Those are really nice. That's what my shop supplies me with. Alright, let's get to the first drawer here. So there's the first drawer. As you can see, these drawers are super deep. This cart is huge. So it held everything I needed it to, plus I have more room if I need it. I'm just going to kind of quickly go over a lot of this stuff, because if I go through every little piece, we're going to be here for probably over an hour. So back here, these are new gear wrench 90 tooth ratchets. I'm going to be doing some reviews on those here soon. This is a pretty cool little ratchet. So it has the same body as this one here, the 1/4 inch stubby snap-on, but it has a 3/8 head in it. And that actually is a tool Snap-on makes. I didn't custom make it or anything. It is FC72 if you want one of those. It's the same body as the 1/4 inch, but a 3/8 head. So it's pretty cool. Just assortment of ratchets. Mac. I've got some Pittsburgh ratchets. I actually really like the Pittsburgh ratchets. So whether you like them or not, I like them a lot, and I use them every day. I keep them in here because I use them so much. I actually keep some of these in here over some more expensive tool truck brands, because I have a whole drawer full of ratchets in my toolbox. Long Snap-on 3/8, Mac 3/8, Mac 1/4 inch. This is one of the best kept secrets at Harbor Freight. This 3/8 1/4 inch drive, super slim flex head ratchet. This thing has got me out of so many jams. It's really a great tool. This is the first one I bought. I haven't broke it yet, and I use it a ton. So I would definitely check that out at Harbor Freight. That's money well spent in my book. Got the 3/8 drive Wobble Plus, 1/2 inch drive, just regular extensions. The 1/4 inch drive Wobble Plus extensions. Got some locking extensions, some universal extensions, just random assortment. The Jiffy Tight transline disconnect tool. And then this is, I believe it's made by Titan Tool. It's just a quick disconnect set, and it's got most of everything that you would need in it. Phillips, Torx, hex, ball hex. It's got even adapters and extended adapters. I just got this recently because I liked the layout of it and how easy it was to get to. Because my main goal with this cart is to have things easily accessible so I can work as fast as possible. So it's all laid out nicely and easy to get to. This is the gear wrench master hex and Torx set. It's got inverted Torx, Torx, hex, long hex, ball hex, or long Torx and ball hex. This is a really great kit. So far it's been great. I haven't had it super long, but I haven't broke anything yet. And in this drawer, I've got some more bits and stuff. This is the VIM Stubby Bit Set. All the bits are like half cut bits. And this is the nice little Sunex bit and socket set. This is the half size flip socket set. Those are good for the chrome capped lug nuts that swell up. Then this is the protective sleeve socket set. Just some no name off Amazon. I did break the 21mm. I snapped that one the other day, so I need to get another one of those. Matco Tools O2 sensor socket set. Some oil filter adapters, oil filter wrench, oil filter pliers. Some trim tools, plastic pry tool, and then a little metal pry tool. These actually work really well. I've kind of starting to only use this when I do trim and stuff, because it's very strong, and the big flat surface makes it to where you don't really mar up any trim, even though it is metal. So I kind of like that better than the plastic tools. Mac tools, trim tools, or the plastic clip tools. And I got the other two they make back here. I don't use those as much, but I do use them, so I leave them in there with that. Indexable pry bars. There's gonna be a video coming out on those here soon. Torque sticks. I am kind of questionable about those. I use them sometimes. These are 14 and 16 millimeter spark plug sockets, 12 point for European stuff and other random things. And then these are all the other spark plug sockets that you might need. This is a Matco set. Oil filter sockets and gear wrench. Universal extensions. I did a video on those recently as well. This drawer is my pliers and wrenches, and then a couple random things over here. But these are the reversible flex head ratcheting wrenches. I use these a ton. These ones are Matco, and these are Platinum Tech. I was having a really hard time finding the monster ones, and these Platinum Tech ones were pretty inexpensive on Amazon, so I picked those up, and they've been great so far. The Matco Comfort Grip Flex Head ratcheting wrenches. I love these things. I use those a ton. This is snap-on flank drive wrenches, 8 all the way up to 24. Those are my main wrenches I use. And I got Stubby Mac wrenches, 10 all the way up to 19, and then some battery terminal wrenches, and my most used pliers back here, snap-on, some Nipex, set of vice grips, Nipex hose clamp pliers, some Mac Tools hose clamp pliers, and Blue Point hose clamp pliers. Then the snap-on adjustable wrenches, and they have the teeth in them. These are actually really great adjustable wrenches. These are the only ones I would use personally. They don't round stuff off like other adjustables do. Then the vamp plier scissors. These things are awesome. I use those a lot for wiring and all kinds of different stuff. And then just a blowgun. And obviously, like I said, I still got room to grow in this thing. I'm just trying to keep stuff I use a lot in here. So some stuff, you know, I'm just going to leave in my big box until I come to the conclusion that I need to put it in here. So these are my most used hammers. The Wilton 6-pound head, 16-inch handle. The snap-on 32-ounce dead blow. One's a nice hammer. The snap-on brass hammer. And just a regular snap-on hammer, dead blow hammer, 48 ounce. I got the Ulsa Tools beam style torque wrench. Use that for torquing down wheels. An extended blowgun, a magnetic pickup tool, a claw pickup tool, a little serpentine belt helper tool, and a hood prop. This is the Redline universal cooling system tester. This will pressure test pretty much any cooling system you want to pressure test. So I keep that in here because I use that a lot. This is a brake fluid tester, gear wrench, serpentine belt tool, a Lyle, I believe this is. I think this is a Lyle impact driver set. This is all just kind of my random supplies and stuff I use often. So I got a bunch of wire brushes and different types of abrasive pads and cleaning material, a bunch of zip ties, tape measure, some extra flashlights, and a tip to my blowgun. Safety glasses. These Milwaukee safety glasses are really nice. They don't fog up like other ones do, and they have a nice foam insert to kind of help keep dust and stuff out. Scotch-Brite pads, some random tape, bunch of push clips, all kinds of different push clips for all the ones that always break and people don't put back in. I just keep some tie straps and different hangers and suction cups and clips, just stuff to hold, you know, timing belts on, hold exhausts up, whatever you might be doing. Keep that in there so it's kind of a organized mess. And then just my shop towels. I keep some clean towels down there. And then down here, I took the tray right here, the organizer tray, out of the Milwaukee cart, and I put it in here. This drawer is not as deep as that drawer is, so I can't stand up all the tools in it, but it does help them stay a little more organized. I've got the 1/4" drive, impact driver. This thing is absolutely insane how strong it is. I almost don't really use it that much because it's kind of overkill a lot of the time, but it does come in handy when you need to use 1/4" but have a lot of power, so I keep that there. I do have the Milwaukee Die Grinder. I use this most of the time, but there are still occasions where I need the more compact air die grinder, so I still keep that in there. I do occasionally still use my 1/2" air impact, so that stays in here. My big nasty air hammer, I use that often, so I work in a rusty area. Milwaukee Drill, and over here I got my 1/4" and 3/8 regular length Milwaukee Ratchets. I've got a little 90-degree 1/4" quick release adapter that can come in handy sometimes in tight spots. Put that on that drill over there, or the little screwdriver. Got a little Milwaukee Rotary tool that I keep a little carbide bit on. It's nice for cleaning up some things. I don't know, it comes in handy in situations. 3/8 drive, 1/2" drive, impacts, and then my 2 long extended. I honestly only really use these. I don't really use the short ones anymore. I find that these fit in more places with the extended reach. Even though they're bigger, you can still fit them in tighter spots and have that extra reach, and it really helps. Brake caliper compressor tools, the 2 different types, and then some just blocks of wood for propping up different engines or whatnot. That's pretty much it. That's the new Macsimizer tool cart. I'm really loving it. It's a great tool cart. It does have power strips on it too. I failed to mention that. 2 USB, and then plugs, and then back here it also has the same setup. I don't really use that, obviously. It's just kind of there. I don't really need power in my tool cart. For some people that could be a huge bonus. So that was the cart. I appreciate you guys all sticking around if you're still here, and I hope you have a great day.